So this is where I wanted to start the video, and it's probably where I'm going to start the video on YouTube when I upload this. Hey, YouTube viewers. Because now, having seen the Cynthia scene, we actually get a little bit of a nice way. Like, I kept thinking in my head, oh, that'd be a great way to like start the episode. Like if it's a TV show, it kind of gives you a little bit of a recap of what just happened.
Hurry up and get that ambulance.
Quit yapping and move her already. Damn, she's got numbers carved into her chest. I wonder if...
Another interesting avenue for storytelling, the radio. She's got numbers on her chest. Wonder if... All right, so now we start getting into the cycle of things you do when you get back to the apartment in this game. For those who weren't here last week, this is why we can't get out of our apartment. It's a bit of an impediment. Although the cult itself is gone, I'm sure the spirit of it is still alive. There are too many strange things happening in that town. I'm investigating 2 people. Or maybe I should say just one. I've just about discovered what's going on. April 8th. This is a page from the Red Diary, Joseph Schreiber's diary. The reporter who was investigating Hope House / Wish House. So now, check stuff in the room. Can't use a TV or phone. I already tried the radio. I'll look out the window again just to see if I can see anything else interesting. Don't think there's anything interesting that'll happen with these windows at the moment. But it's a cool feature all the same. Now, let's save the game before I forget. Okay. I'm sure those chains are there for a good reason. Yeah. It's such a good image. It's such like an iconic horror image. Did I already read this last? Yeah, I already read this last time. Yeah. Eileen never noticed. How's Eileen doing? Silent Hill 4, Voyeurism, the game. Seems like she's doing all right. What's she looking at? And there's the Robbie the Rabbit. Nope, nothing. All right. Do we need anything in here? Not at the moment. We're not going to take it at the moment, but we will be using it this episode. Close the thing. Yeah, okay. Do we need to put anything in here? We do not need the subway tokens anymore. It has been 2 weeks since I played this game, and I'm going to need to relearn some of the controls. So here's how we get out the apartment. Through the shower? No. Through a big hole in the wall. And not only is it a big hole, it's getting bigger. Again, there's a lot of mother-child imagery, and specifically the umbilical cord. a forest for some reason. Where's my health at? Oh, okay. It did fill back all the way. Fill back up all the way. In the apartment. That's one of the nice features of the apartment at this point in the game, is that it heals you. This rating. What does it mean? What does it mean? I think the writing gets revealed to us later in the game. That is one of the things that this game is notorious for when it comes to... Well, one of the biggest criticisms people have of this game is some just pretty poor gameplay decisions. One of them being the end of the game. While it makes sense on a storytelling level to come back to these worlds, like they kind of pad out the gameplay by making you go back through several of these different worlds you go to. I'm going to be doing like mild spoilers. Werewolf. Werewolf. There. Big hole. There are certain things that I am not going to spoil for people who are new to the game, but like I said, I'm doing a deep dive on the story and stuff, so I want to highlight certain things, certain bits of foreshadowing, or certain things that connect to other parts of the series. And letting you know that we're going to be coming back to this area isn't a huge spoiler. And now we have the bugs. Bugs are just always annoying enemies in Silent Hill games. Stomp them out. Ah, crap. Let me stomp you. Damn it. So tedious. Also, because this is a classic Silent Hill game, there are probably going to be a lot of situations where I'm just going to avoid combat altogether if I can help it, because it's not what these games were made for. That's not the map. What is the map? Is it... That's right. It's R3 for some reason. I could potentially try to remap the controls, but I don't know how well that's going to go because of this game being what it is. Oh my gosh. Riveting, exhilarating combat. Okay. And we've got our fixed camera angles, which are very artful and sometimes actively hinder you from playing the game. Classic Silent Hill. Oh, man. Come on. Okay. Sound didn't play for some reason. No, damn it. I'm probably going to have to be coming back through here, I think, so I am going to take the time to take these guys out so I don't have to deal with them mostly. I think these are called Hummers, if I remember correctly from the walkthrough I was reviewing today. That's another thing. Where needed, I am going to use a walkthrough, because again, I'm not playing this to impress anybody. But yeah, the last time I've played this game before. It was almost 20 years ago, and I only played through it once. So there are parts of this game that I remember well, and other parts that I'll probably need a refresher on. But there was one of the things I was reflecting on earlier today is the engine's still running, And the driver's seat door is open. I am not one to or in the past I haven't been one to replay video games a ton, or rewatch movies, or reread books a ton. And I started to wonder if part of that might be because I have a pretty decent memory. Like I don't have like an eidetic memory or something, but I have realized over the years, and it's not even that I like just have a steel trap of a brain. Like sometimes I forget what I did yesterday, but when it comes to long-term memory, there are things that I remember from like my childhood, from teenage years, from 10 years ago that other people even just a year ago, that other people seem to have trouble with. Hey, Goofin, welcome to the chat. It stopped with the brake pedal engaged. There are all sorts of things scattered on the seat. Among the trash is a scrap of paper with something written on it. It's been a while since I came here to Silent Hill. Maybe I'll meet the devil this time. But whenever I come to a cool place like Silent Hill, I always get real thirsty. Jasper Gein. There's a memo pad in there, too. I'm not sure what that nosy guy meant when he said, his home is the orphanage in the middle. The lake is northwest, so the opposite is southeast. The nosy guy said one other thing I don't understand. If you bring the dug up key, you can't go back. Put it away somewhere before you return there. Something that we talked about a few times playing Silent Hill 2, and that I love about Silent Hill series in general, is like, okay, that memo is obviously meant to be a clue to like how to solve a puzzle or certain problems in the game and stuff. But you can almost always rationalize stuff like that in a Silent Hill game by being like, well, it's Silent Hill. There are people who talk like they just walked out of a dream or something. So sure, I buy it. I buy that a guy came up to you and said, don't bring the key here because it won't let you do this or that or the other thing. Hello there. Who might this be?
So you came to investigate this stone too. There was another guy here before, a real nosy guy.
Jasper Gein.
But I was the one who found the stone first. In the old days, the natives called it Nakihona. They used it in a ceremony for talking with their dead ancestors. And now those guys are using it too. Call it the Mother Stone. They're just up ahead in that weird building, operating some kind of crazy religious cult. They used to collect orphans and did things to them. Kind of gives you the chills, huh? This stone.
The Mother Stone, as you put it. This rock is creepy somehow. So yes, this is Jasper Gein. I never know how to pronounce it. His last name is a reference to Ed Gein, the serial killer. Yeah, he's also the person who drove that car, left that note, and mentioned in the note that he
Ceremony for talking to the dead.
might get thirsty. And that also is a clue to an upcoming puzzle. I'm trying to remember. Oh, wait. Let me see if I can get a decent look at his shirt. Because
gives me the chills.
There we go. Yeah, probably not here. Oh wait, yeah, you can kind of see it.
Gives me the chills.
So I can't remember. I can't read what the word says. He'll be standing up later, and we'll be able to see it better. But the demon creature on it is actually the artwork that Masahiro Ito did for, I believe it's for Samuel, the demon from the first game. So that's a cool little reference there. Spooky noises. This game loves them. Okay, I think we've got dogs coming up. Demon dogs. That makes this game a whole ton easier. And okay, I just narrowly missed that. This game has some sound effects. That is true, Kurt. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, they've just got random trap. There's a lot of stuff in this game in particular that's like, oh, this is just meant to scare you. I've got are these meant to be stones that look like people, or people that look like stones? They almost look like the cages that Pyramid Head uses, but oh, are they supposed to be children? I think they're supposed to be children. Oh, jeez. So yeah, like I mentioned before, lots of stuff with mothers and children. Not the children. It's too dark to see. Okay. Do I get a flashlight in this game? I forget. I don't think I do. Sound design is helpful though for figuring out where things are even when I can't see them because of the camera angles. So here it is. Wish House. Silent Hill Smile Support Society. Wish House. Critical hit. Nice dice roll. Oh, sorry, wrong game. That's an orphanage run by the cult, huh? Yeah, maybe we read that article last time on stream. I can't remember. Okay. For a second, I thought it was going to let me in for some reason. And I was like, why? Why do you need to make things difficult? Let's go here and go back to the apartment just to see if anything's changed. Oh, I didn't check the peephole last time. That was a mistake. Another place you can discover things. Yeah, so this is our primary form of transportation. We leave our apartment through the hole in the bathroom, and we get back to our apartment through weird phones. No. The doorbell.
Help me! Help! Let me out of here!
There's something going on in this room.
What do you mean?
I heard weird noises coming from inside there.
Help!
Hey, Richard, can you see anything from your window?
No. Everything looks pretty normal to me. The guy who lives here, what's he like anyway?
I know his name and face, but that's about it.
Well, I'm gonna go call the super.
Yeah, good idea.
Damn it. They can't hear me.
Nice little detail to notice here. So, bloody handprints on the wall. I assume they weren't normal before this game started, but when you first look through the peephole earlier in the game, you do see these hands on the wall, but it doesn't seem like anyone out there notices them. What I'll point out is initially there were only 15 handprints on the wall. Let's look at it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And now there is a fresh 16th handprint. Curious. Don't go out, Walter. Do a quick save. No, I already read that. Come on. We just saw Eileen outside, so it makes sense that she wouldn't be back in her room immediately. All right. Do we need to drop off anything here? I might drop off some of these bullets because I haven't really been using them. And I don't think we need the temptation placard until much later in the game. So I'll store that in there for now. So this is the thing, is I think the steel pipe is the one melee weapon that doesn't break. So I might switch to something else just to use something else. Wait, no. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to equip it. I forgot that I was in... Yeah, this is, again, for those who weren't here last week, another annoying gameplay decision they made with this was breakable weapons, limited inventory, even though none of the earlier games had that. All right. Let's head back out and see what we can find out about Wish House now that we're there. They absolutely used Comic Sans for this edition of the game. It's quite possible that I'm almost positive it wasn't Comic Sans in the original PS2 version, but this is the GOG version of the PC port, which, I mean, it isn't the first time they've used Comic Sans for something in a Silent Hill game port. Let's look around. I mean, this looks fun enough, right? We've got a swing. Looks like it hasn't been used in a long time. Must be some kind of kid's toy. lost the rights to only that font. Yeah, probably. Looks like graffiti drawn by a kid. Which honestly reminds me of Laura from Silent Hill 2. I hope she wasn't an orphan at the Wish House, because as we're going to learn, or as Joseph Schreiber alluded to in his article there, it's not a great orphanage by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, so where do we need to go next? We arrived at the Wish House from the northeast. So let's go, let's check out the southeast for the heck of it. Be methodical about this. Is there an item here? No, it's just set dressing. Okay. Oop. It sounds like a cheetah screech or something. Oh. Already. Why is it always the furthest away one that dies first? I wish I could get a better close-up of these eldritch bugs for you, Kurt. But, unfortunately, 2004 graphics and 2004 Silent Hill camera angles. Okay, looks like we've got some felled trees that have rusty or bloody spikes sticking out of them. More traps, perhaps? And a bloody tree. Okay. Something else I've been trying to pay more attention to with these playthroughs is the environmental storytelling, because there's a lot of it in these games, including the classic Silent Hill games. So stuff that I probably, when I was younger, just kind of glazed over. And I'm trying to be better about, like, okay, why did they put this detail in there? Because this is the sort of team that had a motivation behind a lot of these sorts of things. Okay, yeah. Look. Unless you are a hot daddy werewolf, I don't want to hear it. And seeing as how this is Silent Hill, I am going to assume that you are not a hot daddy werewolf. Okay. Oh, another golf club. That's right, I was going to equip the golf club so I can actually start using them. Okay, how do I equip? There we go. Again, they present me with an opportunity to save. I'm going to do it. I also can't remember off the top of my head which, like, journeys back to the apartment are going to definitely have things happening, but... Check out the door. Nothing at the door. No, don't need that. This is what I want to do. Oh! Hey there, Richard. Okay. Bye. Okay. Checking on Eileen. We're checking in to make sure she's okay. That is why we were checking in. And she is lying on her bed, so now I feel weird. I probably don't need to be saving all these separate, but who knows? Especially since this is an older game. Who knows when I'll be locked out of something. Nothing new here. This person seems interested in something. Let's see if there's anything new on the radio. Nope. Okay. Let's get back out there. Figure out how to get into this wish house. Explored all this side. Got 2 more doors to explore. What are you looking at? Oh, just the writing that we can't read at the moment. Wait a second. What's this? An arm coming up from the ground. Oh man, thank God. It's just a tree root. No, I don't. We'll come back to that later. Bloody trees. And I've killed all the creatures. So I don't have to deal with them. More bloody trees. That was something I appreciate about these old Silent Hill games. Is like, one, that when creatures die, they stay dead, and 2, they leave their bodies behind, which is weirdly like a nice bit of verisimilitude to me. Okay, what do we got here? Got bloody path, which I don't feel like I want to walk across in case it's another trap. Nope. I was being paranoid. Now that sounds more like a regular wolf call. Or, like, isn't that another thing where, like, all eagle sounds in movies are actually red-tailed hawk sounds? Are all wolf sounds actually, like, coyote sounds or something? Maybe you'd know that, Kurt. I can't remember. And we've got a ghost. He's just floating there. Menacingly. For those who weren't here last stream, ghosts in this game do not die. They are just there to harass you. And they're a very cool concept, but gameplay-wise, again, it's like, why are we doing it this way? You can find... I don't need to save right away. Excuse me. Oh.
Hey, little boy. What are you doing here?
You're finally the third revelation. Something's gonna happen. That nosy guy that was here, he said it too. Something big is gonna happen. Finally, it's gonna happen!
Another feature of the Silent Hill games that I genuinely love is how so much of the dialogue early in a Silent Hill game just sounds batshit fucking insane. Like, what the fuck is going on here? This metalhead looking motherfucker is talking about, like, the third revelation, and he's saying that this little kid is the third revelation. What the fuck does that mean? Well, I'll tell you. Is a reference in here? Ritual of the Holy Assumption. No. We're gonna learn about the fucking third revelation. It isn't just spooky shit. That's the thing that I like about it is I think a lot of horror writers or like Hollywood horror movie writers will make the mistake of thinking like, oh, things have to be super cryptic and mysterious because that'll make it more scary, and then they'll write stuff that sounds cryptic and mysterious but doesn't necessarily have like any actual meaning behind it. Whereas Silent Hill is like, no, we got the deep lore, and we're gonna throw it in your face when you don't know what it means. And then when it comes into play later, you'll be like, oh, wait, I still don't get it. But it'll be interesting. A grave has been dug here. On the bottom of the coffin are the numbers 11121. And on Cynthia's chest, we saw the number 16121. It's over here. Those just like those maggots or something? There's stuff scattered on the ground on the other side of the fence, like something was thrown away from over there. Or those limbs? Those might be limbs. Backseating, so if it's gonna get us through this section more quickly, perhaps, but I'm also like taking my time to explore stuff just for the sake of like making sure that I hit a lot of the lore stuff, and like I know how the game ends, I know what a lot of this stuff means, but I'm keeping some of it a mystery for the people who aren't familiar with it. Yeah, if I'm just wandering around aimlessly when I should be doing something more important, then feel free to let me know. Also, I know I didn't go through that door that had the Halo of the Sun on it. It's because we can't go through that door yet. That's for later. Oh yeah, I know that I'm going to be doing that. I am very aware of the chocolate milk. Oh, and Jasper's here now.
The door won't open. That nosy guy gave me something really good. I could let you have it, but not for free. I'm really thirsty. I'm so thirsty. Oh, chocolate. Oh, chocolate.
Okay, Jasper. We'll get you your chalky milk. But again, I'm just gonna explore this area real quick. Just make sure I don't miss anything. Okay. This is the mine. I don't think we can go in here yet. Oh, we can. Okay. Stop. So I did mention Ed Gein with Jasper Gein, Cleo, and welcome back. What were they doing with this? Is that Colt involved in all this? And is there someone hanging from the ceiling? Oh, wow. Yeah, part of this playthrough too is me rediscovering this game, and seeing stuff that I might have missed in the past. Hey, look at where we are. First of all, yeah, you know what? Let's look at this first. Toluca Lake. A map photo. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what part of Toluca Lake we're actually on in reference to where we are in Silent Hill 2, but there's weird writing here too. Well, and there's also a sign that says warning. That's pretty readable. Yeah, a lot of this area is going to be more relevant when we come back here later in the game. Another way you can think of this playthrough is like we're on a tour through Silent Hill 4, and I am your guide. That's the way that Cleo and I have thought about our commentaries. The upper body is missing. Was it some kind of goddess or something? Haven't caught up with Salome's playthrough, so I don't actually know how that pays off. Are they just victims? Were they killers themselves? So I don't think there's... I think it's just the victims. Yeah, they are... I don't know that all the victims have serial killer last names, but it's kind of similar to the way, like, oh, Eddie in Silent Hill 2, they say they named him after Eddie Murphy because they thought it was going to be a much more, like, comedic relief character. Although, I guess it has a little bit more meaning than that because this is a game about a serial killer, and so they're making those specific references. Weird writing. Yeah, actually, let's go back here, and we'll go get the chocolate milk for Jasper Gein. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I actually find Jasper kind of cute, but the demonology stuff would probably be a bit of a red flag for me. Oh, the third revelation. What? Oh, I have to go. Hey, it's Richard again. Richard Braintree. Braintree feels like it has to be a reference to something. Yes, Cleo, swipe left. All right, let's get our chalky milk. Because Jasper's so thirsty for chocolate milk. Is Eileen up to anything? Nope. Still. She may, in fact, be sleeping on her bed, which makes me feel even more uncomfortable. Just watching her through that hole. Okay, let's check the radio. Nothing. Check the window. Nothing happening out here. No. Okay. Oh yeah, I know I don't need to save unless I'm quitting the game. But I like going back to the apartment anyway. It's habit at this point. Okay. Get off me. Just leave me alone. I don't need to deal with you right now. Hey, Jasper. Heard you like chocolate milk. Guess what I got?
I'm really
Oh,
thirsty.
I need to actually like.
I'm so thirsty.
There you go.
Oh man, that was awesome. Here, take this. There's something written on it.
Add this to another of Silent Hill's weird ass puzzles. It's a small spade with a bloody inscription. The blood inscribed spade. Written in blood is opposite where the lake and house meet, inside the hand holding on to the ground. Okay, the hand was in... wait, no, not that. Hand was in the lower right area? Or upper left? I can't remember. I want to say lower right because that was in like the first area I went to, right? Which direction am I going? Man. Okay. Is this the right way? Also, can I read this sign? No, it just says danger. That is back the way I came. Okay. This is the way I need to go. Ah, yes, all of my fallen foes. So where we are. Yes. Look. What? Did you stub your toe or something? I can't help you. I'm locked in. You sound like you're beyond the walls. I wish I could help you, but I can't. Yes. Okay. Rusted bloody key. The holder of this key will wander for eternity. So this is a hint to the fact, this is something I did read in the walkthrough earlier, that if you have the rusty bloody key on you when you try to get back to the wish house, you won't be able to get back for some reason. If I'm remembering correctly. So you have to go through one of the holes and drop it off. Yeah, I'm remembering this correctly. So you have to go back to the apartment, drop the key off in your inventory trunk, then come back here, go into the wish house area, go through the hole there, go back to the apartment, grab the key from the trunk, and there are parts of this game that are just so fucking tedious. Anything going on outside? interesting? Probably not. Okay. But if I were a game designer, I would say, oh, we need them to get back to the apartment at this point, so... I think she's just swatting at a fly. I think that is literally... Because I was pretty sure I could faintly hear, like, the buzzing of something. It wasn't a ghost. It wasn't a Silent Hill creature. It was literally just her swatting at a fly. Okay, let's put that in there. Let's go back. Ghost. Come on. Leave me alone. I'm also pretty sure they have entries for each of Walter's victims. Like, I don't know if it was that the Book of Lost Memories came out before Silent Hill 4 did, but I think they did release, like, on the original Silent Hill 4 website, I think they had entries for each of the victims, not just the ones that get killed during the course of the game. So maybe I'll read off those one of these streams. Maybe close to the end so I don't spoil anything. You enjoying your chalky milk? You doing okay, Jasper? Look, I just gotta go get this key and then everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna get the hell out of here. You'll get out of here. I'll get out of here. Everything's gonna be fine. I don't even remember if I figured out that whole key situation when I played the game originally. Maybe I feel like there were a few things playing the original games that I had to look up online for a walkthrough or something. Why do I suspect Ian is saying that to bolster himself up more than the NPC? Well, Goofin, that would be telling. Nothing here. Okay, Eileen. Come on, Eileen. I'm only going to make that joke once. Intentionally. I might do it by accident at some point. Wait, how do I... Crap. Others, there we go. Rusted bloody key. So yeah, I think there was a clue from that nosy guy that Jasper met about not being able to bring the key directly to the house, and then yeah, the holder will carry it for all eternity. That's another reference to, like, oh, you got to drop this key at some point to be able to use it. Very, like, classic Silent Hill logic. Not always the most fun gameplay design. Okay. You doing good? Look, I'm just gonna unlock the door here. Wait.
You found it, huh?
Yeah. I did.
Gives me the chills.
How much chocolate milk is actually left in there, Jasper? Okay. how long I have in here to explore. It's a child's drawing. I think it might just be the length, however long it takes Jasper to walk across the length of the room. So, oh, I don't know if I've ever gone up here. Lock is broken. It doesn't matter. Classic Silent Hill. The lock is broken. Okay, I can't get to the bloody piano keys. Okay, Jasper, you're fine, right? I wonder what was going on here. Space heater? It's falling apart and I can't even read most of the pages. Here's the part I can read. The second sign. And God said, "Off the blood of the 10 sinners and the white oil." Did you hear the door open in the background? Second sign. And God said, "Offer the blood of the 10 sinners and the white oil. Be then released from the bonds of the flesh and gain the power of heaven. From the darkness and void, bring forth gloom. And gird thyself with despair for the giver of wisdom." The third sign. And God said, "Return to the source through sin's temptation. Under the watchful eye of the demon, wander alone in the formless chaos. Only then will the 4 atonements be in alignment." Uh-oh. What's going on? Jasper? Content warning for upsetting material. There's a plate on the door. You got the source placard. I'll hit your comment, Cleo, after this.
I finally met him! The one the nosy guy talked about! The devil!
A special news report. In a forest near Silent Hill, the burned corpse of a 30-year-old male was discovered earlier today. The police have ruled it a homicide and are investigating. The numbers 17121 were reportedly carved into the man's body. Due to the marks on the victim, the police are investigating possible links to the Walter Sullivan case 10 years ago.
The plot thickens. Okay, so a few different things I want to talk about. One, I'll read off Cleo's comment here. At the same time, it's interesting that this isn't classic explore the town Silent Hill. It's a fantasy structure that's sort of implicitly paranormal forest world. Like, I like it. It's variety. That is one of the things I really appreciate about Silent Hill 4 is that variety where they were like, look, we can't just keep going back to walking through the streets of like South Vale or whatever. We got to change it up a little bit. There are so many elements to this game that I really like. And yeah, there is a little bit more of that almost like fairy tale-esque structure of like, forest world. Or you could even go back to, I mean, this is a Japanese-made game, Mario. You've got the different worlds of Mario. And I even kind of like looking at it through that lens because it's utilizing that classic video game structure while not feeling like, obviously this doesn't feel like a Mario game. Other thing that I wanted to bring up is, so two things. One, it bothers me that there isn't music playing in that scene, and not in a like, oh, it's so much more disturbing because there's no music, but I feel like that scene could use some music to set the tone a little bit better, because the vocal performance is 2004 video game vocal performance, and the animation for the time actually isn't that bad. It's just, it's hard to take that scene seriously. Not that it's hard to take the scene seriously, but it's hard to take it the way that they intended you to take it. Yeah, I guess they really want you to focus on the gentle crackle of the fire. And that's the thing, like, I keep going back and forth in my head on, like, maybe it is just the vocal performance that isn't working for me, but, like, because there is something unsettling about that scene. Last thing I wanted to mention is the report just talked about how, like, okay, they're ruling it a homicide. The way that whole sequence played out, and how Jasper is clearly like a Walter Sullivan fanboy because he knows about like the third revelation and stuff, and how it looks like he is digging the number into himself. The number is relevant. I feel like that's one of the only ones that technically isn't a homicide. I feel like Jasper was sacrificing himself for whatever it is Walter is trying to do. But of course the police wouldn't know that. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Cleo. It's like really good music would feel like Henry's internal reaction, as is, it's like he doesn't have one. And that is one of the major issues with Henry as a protagonist in this game, is that's a lot of his characterization, or lack thereof. Hey.
This is the superintendent. Are you in there, Henry?
Help me! There's something wrong with this room! Help! Let me out of here!
Is anybody home?
What's going on here?
Surely the superintendent has to have a key to get in. But there are a bunch of chains on the door, so even if he does, it's not going to help him.
That's strange. It's the right key. I'm sure I heard something in there. Yeah. That sound. It's the same one as back then.
I really love the details, those little details that play around with like the unreality of what's going on, or the like sideways reality stuff. And would you look at that? There's another bloody handprint on the wall. A 17th bloody handprint. Yeah. We're getting into it now. But yeah, Dark Wolf says he does just kind of walk in and stare. He almost seems more surprised by the door shutting. Yeah. Henry is kind of notorious in the fandom for just being a nothing of a character. But it's kind of charming in certain ways. I know I don't need to save since I'm not ending the stream yet. We might be able to get through the next world before I finish up. I usually play till 10 o'clock. Let's see if we've got another radio report.
And now the news. Yesterday, Wally the Walrus, a longtime resident of the Springfield Zoo, gave birth to a healthy baby walrus pup named Buttercup. Mother and child are doing just fine.
Mother and child. Once again. I think this is the second radio report we've gotten about animals at the zoo having kids, and both of them have ended with mother and child are doing just fine. There's Richard. Nothing going on out here. Whatever weird fixation Jasper had. Yeah, that's why I was asking about the surnames. Yeah, I think Jasper seems to let... So here's the thing. Like, to pull back the curtain a little bit, I think all of Walter's victims have some sort of connection to him. Jasper's seems to be more in the sense of a follower, perhaps. I should check the people to see how Eileen is doing. See, I feel like this part of the game would be something that, like, if they did a contemporary remake of it, they would either... I don't think they would get rid of it, but I feel like it would be something they could use to, like, track which ending you got. If the endings were more like the Silent Hill 2 endings, and they were more, like, feeling-based rather than, like, oh, what's the good ending, what's the bad ending. I rewatched the endings for Silent Hill 4 today, and they're more like the endings from Silent Hill 1 and Silent Hill 3, where they're, like, varying degrees of how good did you play this game. Whereas, as we've talked about before with Silent Hill 2, the endings are much more, what is your style of gameplay, and what does that say about James as a character? I think I'm probably just going to go for the ending that I got when I originally played the game, which was these aren't the actual names of the endings, but if they're on a scale from bad plus, good plus to good plus, then I got the good ending. And I think that's because I want to show off a lot of the things that make this game interesting, rather than just do all the stuff you're supposed to do to get the best ending. I think that'll be the most interesting way to play this game, and the best ending to go for. And the hole has gotten bigger. I think I can hear children's voices. That's a little bit of foreshadowing. So this next world is one of the darkest parts, just on a pure, like, philosophical level in the whole Silent Hill series, because we were talking before about the Wish House and how it wasn't really an orphanage, and they seem to have some sort of big structure out in the water. Well, guess where we are now. This also has one of the creepiest... This game also has, this area also has one of the creepiest monster designs in the whole series. And, again, upsetting when you know what the backstory for it is. Okay. It's broken. Got some bullets. Excuse me. Graffiti. Still looks like a kid's writing. I'm being watched from the middle room. Yeah. So this is where they were keeping the kids.
He's gonna kill me.
There's a sloppily written note on the ground. Lucky. I finally escaped from the cell. I decided to take a careful look around this building. Scariest place was the first floor basement. There's a kitchen in the northeast, but next door in the northwest is a death chamber. To get in there, you have to punch in the right numbers. I don't know the numbers, and it was too dark to even see the panel, so I didn't go in. Another thing that makes me think of just the ways that video games have developed over time, like they designed this level and were like, okay, we need to provide the player with some sort of guidance on what they need to do, and so they just put it all in a note here at the beginning of the level. One of the strengths of the Silent Hill 2 remake is, to me, the fact that like they do a very good job of pointing you and leading you in the right directions without it just dumping text on you like this. And honestly, like that is something you could say about the original Silent Hill 2 as well, because both the original Silent Hill 2 and the Silent Hill 2 remake are just in some ways better designed games than Silent Hill 4. But yeah, there is good of you to point that out, Cleo. There is a death chamber in this water prison that children, orphans, are being held at.
Walter's gonna kill me.
Now, why would Walter want to kill you?
Kill me.
Who are you? Maybe you belong in there.
He's gonna kill me.
There is someone still
Kill
here,
me.
but it's not one of the kids.
Kill me.
Let's hold on. Where's my map? Let's finish exploring the outer edges of this area. I don't know what those little amoeba-y things are on the ground, but they're certainly creepy. Have I heard of Nub Zombie on YouTube? That sounds vaguely familiar, but maybe not. No, I know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of something else zombie I saw today. And this is a room with a noose. And someone seems to be walking around in the central chamber. I'm sick of being watched. It's fucked up. This whole place is fucked up. And I don't like it. And now there are weird things growing out of the ground. You don't really need to bother with these, but I felt like doing it. And the golf club is broken, so I should probably get rid of it. I don't think I can get rid of it right now. Can I? Okay, let's... Yeah, we've gone all the way around, so let's get back to the front and... do this the most awkward way, running towards the camera. Okay. Hey. To get to the surveillance rooms in the middle of this complex, you have to use the corpse disposal chutes in the cells. However, on the first and second floors, these cells are locked. That's so the kids wouldn't discover them. Everything, like... It's fucked up. I don't know any other way to put it. So you have to get to the first floor from one of the cells on the third floor. I know how to do it, but it's really a pain. Also, the lights only work on the third floor. What were they doing to the kids at this place? In classic Silent Hill fashion, like genuinely the classic Silent Hill games, all that stuff is off screen. I think it's very, I think it is more impactful. And also, like, I don't think anyone wants to see that. But it's upsetting, but they're able to get away with it by not having any of that stuff on screen. Whereas I feel like there are some contemporary game developers that would be like, no, that shit's fucked up. You should show it to them. Or not even game developers, but horror, like filmmakers, where it's like, no, we're not doing that. That's weird. That didn't work before. Even when I turn the power off, the screen stays on. Is that a radio? Yeah, shock value versus letting your mind fill in the blank. Okay. Arlene, are you okay? Arlene, I just want someone to talk to. I mean, I'm just learning all this fucked up shit about this water prison where they had kids and kids would die and they'd drop their bodies down corpse chutes, and it's so fucked up. And there's another diary entry. Lately, I've been feeling like my life is in serious danger. I've been through a lot in my life, but I've never felt this kind of pure animal fear. In case something happens to me, I've decided to write down what I've learned for whoever you are that's living in the apartment now. I've been investigating the mass murder that took place 7 years ago, in which 10 people were killed in 10 days. They were killed in a variety of ways, but the one thing they had in common was that each corpse had the following numbers, in order of their deaths, carved into them. 01121, 02121, 03121, 04121, 05121, 06121, 07121, 08121, 09121, and 10121. The name of their killer, it was carved in as well. His name was Walter Sullivan. April 4th. So unless I'm much mistaken, we are receiving these diary entries out of order. Like, we got the April 8th diary entry first, and now we just got the April 4th entry. All right. Check the people. Hey, Frank. Yeah, I think we learned last week, or last time I played, that that is Frank Sunderland, superintendent of South Ashfield Heights, and also the father of James Sunderland from Silent Hill 2. I think at some point there's... I wonder if there's a connection between Silent Hill Church and the orphanage in the forest. Yeah, I think like if you keep examining the stuff in his room, it will tell you different things. Apparently it's super rare to have a sunny day in Silent Hill. I was just a lucky tourist to show up on that day, I guess. There's a rumor that something weird happened at the amusement park near this lighthouse a few years back, but nobody knows the truth. At some point, could that forest world have been somewhere on this photo of Silent Hill? At some point, Henry makes a reference to the fact that, oh, the superintendent's son, he went to Silent Hill a few years ago, and then there it is. I called it. If I had just waited a second. I got this photo from Sunderland, the superintendent. There it is, son and daughter-in-law disappeared in Silent Hill a few years back. And that way they are able to draw the connection without making any of the endings canon. I can put this in there, put this broken 6-iron in there. They preserve the sanctity of Silent Hill 2's endings. Everyone is so reverential though, but I appreciate it though. Cleo says, so it says at some point that Frank's been the superintendent for a really long time. He probably lives in the building. Did James ever live here? Maybe. Maybe James and Mary lived in room 208 here in South Ashfield Heights. Just a few doors down from where Henry currently lives. 203. Is it 203 or 204? I can't remember. Map. I guess it doesn't really matter which way we go outside. Unless they're locked. There we go. Okay. Oh, are those the wall monsters? Hold on. Let me actually equip the gun because I think it's here. Yeah. Oh, I didn't eat. Actually, these ones I think I might be able to get with melee weapons. No, hold on. I was doing something else. Maybe. Or not. Yeah, this might be a fool's errand. Oh! I did get it. Yeah, I don't need to do this. I can just go down the ladder and not deal with those. Cleo says, I don't need a unified theory of all protagonists knowing each other, but since I put Frank here, you wonder. Yeah. Yeah, again, I like the way that they have these, they're like sideways references to the other games rather than direct references. Probably a more efficient way of doing this, but I think those are just the ones I did before. I'm in exploratory mode, so I'm going to do that. Okay. Oh, and there's more are the bugs. Yay. It's a key. Take this key. Water prison exit key. Up is carved into it. Well, good. Also, that sign looks like it might be written in like Swedish or something. I don't know. Because I'm seeing like a konaj or jukis. I don't know. It might just be gobbledygook. Do I... Well, there's a door over here, so... Another door with the halo of the sun on it that I cannot currently go through. It's a big ass door. What the fuck even is this? Mary, why are there elevators? Why is there a maze? Like, at what point did we climb the beanstalk? Okay, so yeah, that just fits in the background. Let's go back around this way. Oh, there's a hole. There was a hole gone. It's here now. Nothing's changed there yet. I imagine nothing's really changed. I just wanted to double check. And there's Eileen swatting at stuff again. Okay. The game's like, oh crap, he went back and checked stuff. Well, replay the Eileen swatting the fly footage. That'll make him feel like it was worth coming back. So I got a key, which is good. Oh, I thought I could make it without disturbing any of the bugs, but alas. But they are not very heat-seeking, it would appear, so... Let's go up this ladder. And now we're on the other side. This is where I want to go. I do need to go around, don't I? So that's basement 1, basement 2. I'm on the first floor, and I need to get up. Okay. So let's go this way. Ah, come on. Hug the wall, Henry. Hug the wall. Oh wait, I got the key, so I can go out the door now. So, yeah, okay. What is happening? My controls got screwed up there for a second. I was pointing away from the wall and he just kept running into it. Okay, so this... okay, I see what's going on. Wait, what? That's going down. And then that takes us down to... Okay. I got there. My brain just needed to work some things out. Like many things in life. If you're still watching this on YouTube, thank you for bearing with me. If you're still watching this on the stream, thank you for bearing with me. Okay. And now we're outside. And again, in the spirit of exploration, I'm going to go the long way. Also because it's much easier to go the long way at this point in the game than it will be later in the game. Oh, and there's bugs. So yeah, this is the water prison. So yeah, we can just take these ladders as a shortcut. And we're out in like I don't know if this is meant to be on Toluca Lake, but you can see like nothing from up here. Which Toluca Lake's big enough. It isn't the first time people have gotten lost on Toluca Lake. Cleo says, this is just so... Yeah, I got here from my bathroom. That's chill. Okay, so this should be the second floor. Let's just soak up this noise for a moment. This lovely, beautiful, not at all disgusting noise. Ian, why are you equipping your gun? No reason. Oh, okay. No, I do want melee. Oh, shoot. Left my faucet on. Yep. Oh, larvae are flying. Walter, why are there larvae? Like, I get the ghosts. The ghosts are your victims. But what's with the larvae? What's with the... Why... you know what? Let's do the wine bottle. We haven't done the wine. No, the wine bottle isn't long enough to reach. What's with these weird, like, brainy appendages? They're creepy looking, certainly. It's a diary that I'm sure won't be upsetting at all. A diary written by an orphan child in a water prison, being watched. I've been watching the surveillance room's people the whole time, and sometimes he's there. I can tell because I see a shadow move or hear his footsteps. Bottles filled with black powder. Black powder? Maybe not that sort of black powder. almost look more like leeches, maybe? Oh, disgusting. They do squelch very satisfyingly when you step on them, though. Is that everything? Yeah, basically. Okay. So now, back out the door. Bloody room. I think the note referenced a bloody room. Oh, and there's a little clothes hanger, clothesline. There's something written on paper. It still looks like a kid's writing. I peed in my pants. I gotta wash them so nobody finds out. Oh, I just saw a shadow. I think someone saw me. Like, this is awful. Okay, let's go out. Again, I'm gonna take the long way just to make sure I don't miss anything. And we get this nice hero shot of Henry Townsend. Clearly the most heroic of any of the Silent Hill protagonists. I can't even... No, that is Harry Mason slander. Are they feeding off these kids' fear, or is that just a bonus? I don't know, Cleo. I feel like there might be some weird cult reason that I created this. Maybe it is meant to be like a pain or fear factory. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't think I can read any of the books in here. And that is creepy. Wait, is there some writing on the wall? There's graffiti here. I'm a boy genius, and I figured out the answer to the surveillance room puzzle. So if you're a gamer playing this and you're like, I don't fucking get Silent Hill puzzles, well, I'm here to help you out. A boy genius, orphan, living in a water prison. It's light in water. Very helpful. Are we on third floor? And there is one of the creepiest, coolest, most upsetting creature designs in the entire Silent Hill series. Those of you familiar with the Walter Sullivan material from Silent Hill 2 remember that the news article you read there references him killing a pair of twins, Billy and Miriam Locane. And this is how they have manifested here in Walter Sullivan's Silent Hill. And that's what they do when you first see them. They don't run towards you. They don't attack. They just point. Why? Perhaps they think you're Walter, and they're saying you did this. Perhaps they think you might be able to help, and they're pointing, oh, here's someone who can help us. Or maybe they're just creepy. And it follows you. So here we go. We've got, you know, Silent Hill loves a hole. A dark, spooky hole that you either need to put your arm in or jump down. Now, I believe if we jump down this hole now, it will not lead us to where we need to go because it is not aligned properly. That's right. Not only does this water prison have many, many cells for children who don't deserve it, almost absolutely. It's got rotating floor levels so that they can rotate these holes where they need to rotate them and dump corpses down into the basement. No, I don't think I will. Not this time. Do I want to... You know what? This first one, I think I'm going to try and deal with melee wise. And they're just walking with a pair of hands on arms. Oh, the sound. Is this where I just was? No, this is another hole. Okay. And there is something to be said about the silence in these classic Silent Hill games, where there is just a creepiness to it. There's something written on the paper. Now it will look like I'm sleeping. Huh? Were those footsteps? I wonder if they saw me. Poor fucking kids. There's another one. Oh. Well, I don't like that. Point at, target the other one. There we go. Can I get it? No, not without him. And he knocks me into the other one. I'm gonna waste bullets trying to get bullets, but there's also a message on the wall there, so... I want to hide, but I can't hide. Okay. There we go. I think it auto reloads, but just in case. Have we made it all the way around? Not quite. That is a third hole. No, damn it. These controls are going to be the death of me. Literally, in probably some cases. No. Ah. Come on. I'm in trouble. I stood in front of the surveillance room and yelled as loud as I could, but nobody came out. We had beef stew yesterday. In the cafeteria, I heard there's a death chamber behind the kitchen. And they take meat straight from the dead people and cook it. That really scared me. That was one of the things that struck me when I replayed Silent Hill Homecoming last year. Was that the memos and stuff that you can pick up in that game, particularly in the prison, like there's a prison part of that game, they just aren't on the same level as the notes and memos you find in the classic Silent Hill games. Like, I remember the prisoner notes in Homecoming feeling a little generic. Oh my gosh. There are clothes lying here. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? I guess we keep going up. Henry Townsend. And as long as I hug the outside, the Hummers aren't going to get me. So now that I've shown you the entire catwalk, I'm going to use the ladders from now on. Is that Latin on the... That's just a door. Okay, that door is not open. We've got some weird sluice gatey type stuff. What about this side? There's a handle here. Water's open. And what will that do for us? Oh, you'll see. Actually, did I want to do that yet? What do my notes say? Guard's diary. Use this corpse disposal chutes. Oh, maybe I did need to jump down those holes. Area. This was the death chamber thing. Exploration memo. Kitchen in the northeast, but next door in northwest is the death chamber. To get a bunch of the right numbers. Don't know. Start to see the panels. Okay. So I think actually, if we look at the map, that's where the holes are on the third floor. And they may actually be lined correctly. Okay. I think I need to go into the one, that lower left one. Because there's the hole on the third floor. I'm guessing the hole is lined there on the second floor and on the first floor. The other ones would both lead to dead-end pathways, and we're trying to get all the way to the basement. Okay. I'm remembering how this game works now. You use those to get to the basement, and then you can get into the middle, and then you can move stuff around. Let's go down the ladder. Okay, so this is 2 doors to the left. And this one is all lit up now because the water, I let the water out. I think the water is generating the light. Yeah, I actually might not have been able to. Well, no, it would have let me jump down, I think. Let's, we can't, okay. Silent Hill loves jumping down holes. Yeah, it's not gonna. So every time I do this, I gotta go up to the 3rd floor. Great, love it. Oh, fuck. Holy shit. Okay, no, we're gonna go through this door that just unlocked. Thank goodness. Oh, boy. No, that's unlocked as well. Sweet. Shower room. Don't like the... I don't like that, Raymond. Shall we go up the ladder? Come on, Henry, just go the direction I need you to go. So now, we see it plain. We are in a panopticon. Fans of Magnus Archives will be familiar with that term very well. And panopticons are such a classic thing of fiction and the real world. Where do you think fiction got it from? I'm pretty sure Millbank Prison, the real world location that the Magnus Institute, the fictional Magnus Institute was built over, was a panopticon. And they did that on purpose. They did that shit on purpose. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, now there's so much in this game that's about watching and looking. Everything from watching other people's in their apartments from your window, to looking through the peephole to see who's outside the door, to looking through the hole in your wall to see what Eileen's up to these porthole looking shits that the guards of this prison used to watch the kids through. There's a document here. This place continues to deteriorate. The doors to a number of cells no longer open. As a result, the kids inside can no longer go outside. But the less they know about that, the better. I can't open the doors, but from this room I can watch them get more and more emaciated each day. With no food and never showering themselves, they turn into smelly little gray lumps in there. Following the suggestion of an engineer, we've disposed of the corpses by digging a hole below the cells. Since each floor of this building can be rotated independently, we can dispose of the bodies without the others noticing by aligning each cell with a body in it vertically. P.S. Chief, I bet you're just dying to see the interrogation room behind the kitchen. I understand your feelings, but have you noticed? There are 3 rooms with bloody beds. One is on the 1st floor, one is on the 2nd floor, and one is on the 3rd floor. If you line those 3 rooms up, then it's bingo. Just the most upsetting way to give the player information on how to solve this area. And welcome to the chat. Mangara is Dorfer. I apologize if I mispronounced that. This game got me like Deftones, Be Quiet and Drive. But yeah, this whole everything about this game is upsetting in a very well done way. There's a document here. To keep a close eye on the kids, it's important to keep the cells well lit. The lights on the 3rd floor were originally bought as searchlights. As a precaution against a blackout, they were set up to run on a private generator. There's a hydroelectric generator in the basement. To light up the 1st and 2nd floors, use the corpse disposal chutes. Since each floor of this building can be rotated, you can light up any of the cells by matching up the holes. Repeating this periodically is an effective way to keep the kids fearful and well-behaved. Yeah, Cleo, we'll give you the information, but you won't like it. P.S. Chief, if you turn the handle in the middle of this room, you can easily rotate the cells. You can't rotate the 1st floor, so align the 2nd and 3rd floors with the 1st floor cell that has the blood-stained bed. By the way, if you use the people in this room, it's easy to make sure you're doing it right. Give it a try. Also, please don't forget to open the sluice gate on the roof. Much appreciated, Chief. Well, I'll tell you this. Whoever worked here, not good people. Does that go up further, or... Hold on. Oh, come on. Oh, it does go up further. Some kind of memo. The secret number for getting through the door in the back of the kitchen this month is 0302. Thanks for your cooperation. Well, that one was simple enough. Okay, so now we're on the 3rd floor. All right. So... Okay. So the lower left led us to the shower room. And now we're trying to get to that upper right, I assume. That's the room with the bloody bed in it or whatever. Okay. So we got to rotate this one all the way over there. And we got to rotate this one over there. Okay. Let's get turning. Ah. Where is the hole? Just... Okay, so there's one. That one is the furthest one down. So what we really need... I think they turn... Or maybe we can turn it right or left. Upsetting puzzle solving. The Silent Hill way. Okay. There's a handle here. Turn right, turn left. Okay. Let's get this. So left, I think, is the way we want to go on this floor. Yes. So that we can just get that one on the right there. Turn left. Oh, and we freed this guy. So yeah, that is aligned correctly now. And oh, take a look through the portholes. We'll be able to tell. I think there are multiple holes on the 2nd floor, so we won't have to just rotate that single one over where we need it. Okay. So yeah, this is where we need it to be. Let's go down to the second floor. Okay. Let's take a quick look through the portholes, see where the holes are. No hole there. Come on. Or there may just be that one on this floor, I can't remember. There's one. Okay, so yeah, we can just turn this one left as well. And there's another one. I hope something genuinely terrible happens to whoever this guy is. I'm playing the odds here. Yeah, so you I think you're catching on to what's going on here, Cleo. That guy who was imprisoned. Yeah, he's not a great dude. Man, the number of holes there are on this floor just gets more and more upsetting. Okay, I think that's all of them. So yeah, we just got to turn this left, and then we should be able to drop down where we need to from the third floor. Second floor, third floor, and first floor in alignment. Okay. Let's go back downstairs and then back upstairs. Or back up ladders. Ladders. None of these are stairs. What am I saying?
I'm making it make standing there anymore. What am I standing there? I can't make me inside. Make me inside. Make me stay in there. God, please. Come on, let me out of here. So I don't die in here. Make me stay in there, Walter. Walter, I'm telling you, stay down. Walk away.
Did you hear what he called the kid?
Who is that boy? And who are you?
His name's Walter. Walter Sullivan. I used to work at the orphanage watching the kids. I'm Andrew DeSalvo. They tried to make it seem like an orphanage, but according to that town's holy scriptures, it was actually the center of their religion. And that kid Walter, he was really into that mumbo jumbo. Especially that descent of the Holy Mother business. It was scary. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh, DeSalvo is another serial killer name, Cleo? Oh, no, not you. Yeah, so that's Andrew DeSalvo, who willingly admitted that he worked at this place that he then goes on to describe as being fucked up. Don't, like, he starts saying, like, oh, it was part of that town's weird cult. I'm like, no, don't just keep referring to that town like you aren't involved in this, DeSalvo. Okay. This is locked in. So now we should just be able to take ladders all the way back up to the top. That's not the way I need to go. Yeah, we don't need to go back there. Alright, crap, hold on. Albert DeSalvo, the Boston Strangler. Ah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, again, makes sense that they would use those details for a game about a serial killer. Did I go up too far? I went up too far. And to be on the 3rd floor, where we met Billy and Miriam Locane. Now we're going to the right. Oh, honestly, I should not run that way just because the camera angle. Although I can switch around. Okay. A different perspective. Still dead. Better off that way. Alright. Let's see what's down in this death chamber. This death chamber that exists, need I remind everyone, beneath a water prison full of orphans. Okay. Watchfulness placard. Already getting the placard. Let me check this door real quick. Oh, more. The dining hall. Probably don't need to be over here, but again, in the spirit of exploration. That door is unlocked, and that may be useful to me. Come back here later. Oh, these things go back. I forgot. Damn it. Oh, stop hitting the table. And these things. Hug the outside. 0302. It's dark and I can't see the buttons. That's right, because the fucking... Okay, so now we have to realign the water so that the electricity can get down here. Okay, but we unlocked that door, so we can get in here. Alright, I'm remembering how all this works, and we're fine, and that these things are fucking growing back, and I'm totally not wasting my time, or the viewer's time. Everything's fine. Just gotta realign everything so that we we can get electricity to this lower area. Okay, so I think we just rotate it back right? Because we just rotated left to align the hole with the and I think we just yeah. So yeah, then we just rotate this one, the third floor right, and then the water will be aligned correctly, and Bob's your uncle. Oh my gosh, the fucking controls. Come on, Henry, go where I want you to go. And this will be finishing up the water prison level, which was what I was hoping we'd get done tonight. Forest World and the water prison. So yeah, we should be getting electricity down to the basement now. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. The camera angle and the controls. Fucking. Please just let me get back to the ladder. See, this is part of the reason the tank controls were such an issue back then, Cleo. It wasn't just the fact that, like, okay, it's a little clunky. It's the way that the camera moves changes what directions mean, and it's not great. Swing my way through these fucking things again. For some reason I feel like I remember reading somewhere that these are supposed to be like a reference to a type of mushroom. I don't know. I might be making that up. Silent Hill F is really where they got their mushroom quotient in. Did I not get... Okay, what the fuck? I thought I got all the water lined up correctly. Oh, wait a second. There's something lodged in... Yeah. I think there's something lodged in one of the sluice gates up top. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's right. Gotta go the other way. Okay. If this doesn't work the way I thought it did, then I'm just going to finally actually look at the walkthrough that I said I was going to have no issues using. I also watched someone play through this part much more quickly than I did, so you'd think. And I was talking before about how great a memory I have. Long-term memory, phenomenal. Short-term memory, it's a struggle. to reconnect one of the ropes? Okay. I'm grabbing the walkthrough. We've still got 20 minutes left in the stream. This is loud. Okay. Okay, Water Prison World. Water Prison World, okay. Okay. Roof, opening to sluice gate, third floor cell block, jumping down to B1, inner basement, inner surveillance room. Optional trip for the stun gun. Oh. Before we go any further, is this worth the hassle? Well, it's actually a quality weapon that knocks down enemies in one hit, so perhaps it may be. To do this right, just turn the third floor valve once to the right, which will put a cell with a hole in the 4 o'clock position on third floor right above it. If you haven't... Okay. Puzzle revolving silver prison cells. First floor surveillance room report. Oh, so this puzzle is different on the different difficulties too. Oh my gosh. They look pretty similar on it. Yeah, on easy and normal, they're what I read. On hard difficult, that first report I read just says, I'm sleepy. And the second floor report says, I want to go home. So it's like, it's not even a sliding scale. It's just like, you either get information on how to do this puzzle or you don't at all. Okay. Explain, you must first open the sluice valve on the roof to get this whole process started. Then you want to locate the cell with bloodstained bed on each floor using the peepholes and align them all in the same spot using the valves in the second floor and third floor surveillance rooms. First floor cells can't be rotated since there's no valve there, so you'll need to align 2F and 3F bloody cells with 1 on 1F, which is always in the 1 o'clock position. Confirm yourself with the peephole. On 2F, the bloodstained cells start... Okay, so you have to specifically align the bloodstained cells with the bedroom on the first floor. In short, the solution to this puzzle is always the following. Open the sluice valve on the roof beforehand, turn the 2F valve 4 times to the right, turn the 3F valve 2 times to the right. Okay. So what exactly does that do? Opening the sluice gate on the roof allows the water to flow over the B2 water wheel, generate power, and achieve the third floor floodlights. Lighting the bloody bed cells allows that light from third floor to shine through the 1 o'clock cells to the basement kitchen in the 12 to 3 o'clock position so that the keypad there can be used to advance. Note that the position the water falls on the water wheel also changes from the starting to finishing position and the direction the wheel spins, while the water wheel light and lights turn off in other positions. The above solution is the only result that will allow you to advance. Okay. I think it's worth it for me to get the stun gun, so I'm going to do that, and it may take me a little bit past 10 o'clock, but I want to complete... I want to leave the stream on a reasonable, like, break point story-wise. Hello, Kurt Boy Bebop. Hell yeah, my Chex Notes second favorite Silent Hill. Yeah! I don't know if it's my second favorite Silent Hill, but it is definitely one of the games that I think is... I have more favorable views on than a lot of the fandom does. I really like the story, and... Whoop! Dropped my controller. I really like the story, I really like the music, and there are a lot of things I really like about the game. there are some tedious parts of the gameplay. But, I think it's worth it. And I'm also taking the opportunity, after playing through the Silent Hill 2 remake last year and digging into the lore and music of that game, doing the same with this one, although there's less to talk about music-wise just because less thematic material. So I need to get back down to the bottom so I can rotate the things. Yeah, it's a sort of thing where, like, I fully, like, if people don't like this game at all, I get it. And I do not hold it against them, because it's mixed. But I still really like the story and how in-depth it is, and to, like, a certain degree, it isn't just the fact that it's disturbing, it's how they handle the disturbing material. I think they handle it very well. Like, this whole time I've been going on about how all of the environmental storytelling and memo storytelling you get in the notes and everything in the water prison is very upsetting in exactly the right way. Is this where it would be? Yes. And yeah, Cleo was talking earlier about how the just the fact that you're not just wandering the town again, it makes it more interesting in certain ways. That you go into these different worlds and stuff. Okay, so I think these are back where they started. Yeah, I put these back where they started because I thought that was where I needed them to go to solve the puzzle, but that was incorrect. So I need to rotate to get the stun gun. What did it say here? One moment. Please hold. It is located in the initial 4 o'clock cell before turning them around, which cannot be opened from the outside. Therefore, you'll have to align a cell with a hole on 3 above it and jump down from there to claim it. Do this, just turn the 3rd floor valve once to the right, which will put a cell with a hole in the 4 o'clock position on the 3rd floor right above it, and if you haven't moved anything else. Okay, so 2nd floor, 4 o'clock position. Okay. Also, just love Henry's incredible personality. The kindest way I have come to think about Henry Townsend is that he's a himbo. He's basically a himbo. Just utterly clueless in the most charming way. It is the best kind of cardboard. Yes. Okay. So you're saying if I just rotate this to the right once, because I put it back in the starting position after I got down there. Okay. So, and I can check this because I've got the peepholes. So let's look at this hole. So that is one of the holes that I can get into from the 3rd floor. Now if I go down to the 2nd floor, I can check that same cell to see if that's where the stun gun is. Come on. Come on. Classic video gaming. It was a better time, guys. Games were so much better back then. Oh, nostalgia glasses. In his defense, I get being kind of glassy-eyed about all this. Yeah, like, when you're faced with a water prison where children were starved to death and then dropped down corpse chutes, how do you what do you do? How are you meant to respond? Okay. We love tank controls. Fixed camera angles gives us fear. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Kurt Boy Bebop. You get it. Okay, so is this... Oh, wait. It's the next one over, I think. Right? Is this the one with the stun gun? Ah, yes, the forest in my bathroom. Being pixel perfect in front of the thing you need to interact with. It's the best. Can I see which room has a stun gun in it from the portholes? Or do I just need to trust that I didn't royally fuck this up? Come on. At least the bloody rooms will be easier to align. Riveting gameplay, I know. On the real, though, love janky games like this. Again, there is a certain charm to them. Okay. I think I've just went around a circle twice. Okay. I'm going to trust that I did what I need to do. If I don't get the stun gun, then I'm gonna come back here and just go straight to solving this puzzle properly. There's a stun gun hidden in a cell on the second floor that is only reachable by turning the cells from the surveillance room. Okay. So would it be one of the rooms that... Yeah, so it is. It's got to be one of the rooms that's locked, which is the... Okay. Okay. They say the 4 o'clock cell. There are 8 rooms. So are they counting them 1, 2, 3, 4, or are they saying 4 o'clock as in the one just underneath the 3 o'clock position? I'm assuming that is what they mean. Okay. Walkthroughs. Let's go down. Let's go down. Down the ladders, up the ladders. Up the ladders, down the ladders. Okay. Imagine knowing how to read a clock in 2026. Oh boy. Gotta go up ladders 2 times. No, you start on the first floor. You only need to go up 2. Okay. So I should be able to drop down this door. This hole. There it is. We did it. It's a stun gun. Yes, take the stun gun. Have you seen the shit I've been dealing with? 2-headed arm creatures, dogs that have dagger-like tongues. Stunning. I see what you did there. So yeah, now this will allow me to go all the way back down. And now I just gotta rotate things so that the lights, the blood... I feel like I have moments like this every Silent Hill stream, particularly with Silent Hill 4 so far. This is only the second stream I've done of this game. Silent Hill 4, where I start to describe the things I have to do in this game, and I'm just like, none of this is okay. None of this makes any lick of logical sense in a normal person's brain. It's like, yes, I need to align the corpse chute holes of this orphan death prison so that the light that is being generated by the water pump will cast down into the abandoned kitchen where there is a number pad lock that I got the code to on a perfectly normal looking note at the top of this panopticon in order to open up the death chamber and find out what's in there. Yes, Kurtboy Bebop, you think the demons of Silent Hill want you to have logic in this economy? Oh, man. It would be courteous of them. It would be nice of them, polite of them. But I suppose that's a lot to expect from any sort of demon, let alone the demons of Silent Hill. Okay. I gotta figure out where these bloody rooms are. These bloody holes. Hold on. Let me... Okay. First floor cells can't be rotated. On second floor, the bloodstained bed. Okay, we're looking for bloodstained beds, specifically. Okay. Where is the bloodstained bed? Is that a bloodstained bed? I don't think so. What about this one? No. That is not a bloodstained bed. That is a bloodstained bed. Okay, which room is that? Okay. So we've got a line that with the 1 o'clock position hole on the first floor, correct? Because that's where the bloodstained room bed is on the first floor. I'm going to go downstairs before I do anything to double check that. I know I could just use this walkthrough to kind of figure it out, but I have the resources that the developers gave me. I'm going to use them. This is the bloodstained room. Bloodstained bedroom. Yes. Okay. So we go back up. Which one was the bloodstained room? Was it the one on the lower right? Oh my gosh, I've already forgotten. This one? No. Damn it. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be the last one I looked at. Of course. What? hold on. Did I skip over it? I did. I skipped over it. This one? Yes, okay. So I need to rotate this right 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Correct? Or 5. Hold on. This is the one. So I could rotate it left 4 times. Or no, it's the same either way. Oh my gosh. Hey, 11 people watching this stream. I'm a smart guy, really. I was in advanced math and science courses in high school. I know how logic works. Yeah. Just rotate it until it gets over there, Ian. You got it. You got this. You got this. Also, thank you everyone who's still watching after all of this fuckery. I imagine there have been some tedious parts to watch, but hopefully I've been entertaining enough to keep it from getting too boring. And we're almost done. We're almost there. It's 10 o'clock, but we're almost done with the water prison. Okay. Did I turn it too far? I turned it too far, didn't I? Turn left. It's brain mush time this morning. Yeah. Oh, Cleo, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Hold on. So I'm looking for this one. The one to the right of... No. Okay. Def, don't worry. This is the real gameplay. Yes. This is what you get if you go back to the classic Silent Hill games. Okay. Oh. Which one was it again? World's fastest humbling. Okay, so it's not this one. It's not this one. It's not this one. It's this one. Okay. Okay, I just haven't turned it enough. We're good. I was on the right track. I just need to turn it right 2 more times. We're fine. Everything is fine. We're not about to have a mental breakdown over Silent Hill 4 The Room. Turn right twice. One more time. That emote is exactly where my brain is right now, Kurt Boy Bebop. Okay. So. Oh yeah, the central room doesn't move, the outer rooms do. So this one should be the right one. Yes. Because that is aligned with the hole that leads down to the kitchen so that the light can get down there. So now I just need to rotate the 3rd floor valve 1 more time to the right, I think, if I'm understanding things correctly with this walkthrough. Because this one should be the room at the bloody bedroom. Yes. Once to the right and straight on till morning. Okay. Double check 1 more time. Just because that is the place my brain is right now. It's not this one. It's the one next one over. The lights are on, though. and nobody's home. I shouldn't joke about it. Orphan death prison. Okay. Everything is alignment. Now I just need to go down a bunch of ladders, back up a bunch of ladders, and then we'll jump down a hole, and then we'll be able to type numbers into a lock so that we can get into the death chamber, the first place we'd love to go in any situation, a place called the death chamber. And we will finally bring the water prison to a close, get back to the apartment, save the game, and call it a night. Thank you again to everyone who's been watching for however long. If you just got here, I appreciate you. If you've been here the whole time, I appreciate you. I upload my videos to YouTube after the day after that I stream, so even if you end up missing the VOD, it'll be up on YouTube. My first session of Silent Hill 4 is already on YouTube. My YouTube's just youtube.com/idory451. It's the same. I didn't go up too far this time. I remembered, even as I was trying to pimp out my YouTube. But yeah, I've got the first video from my Silent Hill 4 playthrough up there. I have my entire Silent Hill 2 remake playthrough from last year on YouTube, as well as my Staying on Theme series. While I was doing my Silent Hill 2 playthrough, I dug into like all of the major tracks that get played during the game themselves, and I split those parts out of my playthrough into their own individual videos, so you don't have to watch a whole like however many hour playthrough to watch the music segments. But I dug into the like musical composition of pieces like Promise Reprise or Promise of Forgotten, and Theme of Laura Reprise, and stuff that was written specifically for the remake. And I talk about my own interpretation of how they might tie into the storytelling. Yeah, I love the Silent Hill 2 OST. I loved it from the original game, and I'll admit, when I first listened to the remake soundtrack, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. There are things that are different. It sounds a lot more produced and polished. But over the course of the game, I really came to fall in love with the remake soundtrack as well. Not as a replacement, but as a sequel to the original, in a lot of ways that the remake as a game is a sequel to the original. So if any of that stuff interests you, I don't do as much like comparing between the original and the remake versions of certain tracks as I think some people in the comments wanted me to, but I dig into like, oh, here's the chord progression he's using, here's the scale that he's using, here's why I think that's important to the mood that he's trying to capture, or the story that they're trying to tell. Or, hey, here's things that are different about the, like, specifically the biggest thing I noticed was, like, a lot of the music that plays during cutscenes, they had more, like, fleshed out synth arrangements in the original soundtrack, and, oh wait, do I need to go that way? I don't need to go that way. In the remake soundtrack, it's mostly just piano in those cutscene music, the cutscene music stuff like Laura plays the piano, Promise of the Forgotten, and I can't remember how long it took me to realize this, but over time I realized, oh, the reason this is mostly just piano instead of having all those other synth layers is because it's during a cutscene, and that means you're able to hear and focus on the dialogue a little bit better. And he recomposed certain things so that he could be more intentional with how they fall in the scene, how they relate to the storytelling and stuff. So it's not just a loop being looped over and over again in the background for an indeterminate amount of time. there's my soft pitch for the Silent Hill 2 remake soundtrack. But yeah, if any of that sounds interesting to you, and you enjoy my commentary on stuff that you've heard tonight, then now I will shut up. He deserved it. I'll fucking say it. It's interesting that one of the people probably most directly connected to the awful things Walter Sullivan went through gets the least graphic death scene. That feels... Originally I was going to say, like, it feels wrong, but that almost feels pointed in a way. In any case... Oh, whoops. I hit the map button while I'm in the apartment in first-person point of view. This is my bed. It's still... After all this, it's still my bed. Okay, yeah. Let's see if we can see anything new out the windows. I love that dude rocking out. Yes, Andrew DeSalvo. Why is my shower on? Oh, good. Blood. It's stained with blood. It smells horrible. Henry's poor water bill. Just like that water-filled room under the cylindrical prison. Oh, man. We're not going in there yet. We're saving. And we're going to call the stream here. I'm going to... We've got some notes. Let's check the people. Oh, it's Frank and Eileen.
How's it going with room 302?
302, that's the number.
Well, I just tried to open it up, but it looks like something's blocking it from the inside. Anyway.
Here comes some of the weirdest dialogue in anything ever.
You mean the guy who lived here before?
And it wasn't just him either. There's something wrong.
This is fine.
With his whole apartment.
Don't say that. You're scaring me.
Well, anyway, I just slipped a note under his door.
Is it this one or is it a different one?
Don't worry about it too much. There are a lot of strange things in this world. The umbilical cord I keep in a box in my room. Lately it's started to smell terrible.
Excuse me, Frank?
Umbilical cord?
Oh, well, I forget I said anything.
Excuse me?
But still.
It is... Oh my gosh. Like, I don't know if I will ever be over how, like, there's always at least one thing in every Silent Hill game where it's just like, okay, there's a ton of stuff in these games that's not right, but that's not right. That's just not right. Frank, why are you keeping an umbilical cord? Oh my gosh. And she just forgets about it. Oh my gosh. And yes, there is an 18th bloody handprint on the wall now. Okay, let's check out the people. Nothing going on over here. We just saw Eileen outside, so it makes sense for her to be in there. Let's check our TV. Power's blown. Let's check the radio. Nothing. News on the radio like, earlier today at the children's water prison. Okay, let's put the placard back in there. I shouldn't have. Yeah, let's just put that one bullet in there. And honestly, I'm probably not going to use the gun too much. I'm doing all this now so I don't forget to next time. All right. Yeah, okay, Boomer. Keeping an umbilical cord. Fuck is up with that? Anything else? Post umbilical cord revelation. Oh, the sky's turning a interesting hue. Slightly yellowish greenish hue of sunset. All right. This is South Ashfield Heights. I wonder when it was built. Because it's a pretty old building. Yeah, okay. We already talked about that. So let's save it. Thank you again, everyone, for watching tonight. And for however many people stuck around. Like, thank you. I'll be... I do these Silent Hill 4 streams every other Wednesday. I know that's a long time between streams, but it's just the way it works out in my schedule. Every so often, I stream Blueprints on Mondays. Blueprints has become my comfort game, and I'm in the later game stuff, but I've still got a lot of stuff to solve or figure out. And I figure if I'm going to be playing it anyway to wind down at the end of the day, why not stream it and chat with people? What? Walter Sullivan is in chat. What? Uh-oh. Hey. Hey. I've had only glowing things to say about you, Mr. Sullivan. We just, I finished up the water prison, and you all in the chat heard me say I leaned into the mic when we found Andrew DeSalvo's body, and I said he deserved it because he absolutely deserved it. Yeah, so all right, wasn't expecting Walter Sullivan to show up in the chat, but thank you for dropping in. But yeah, so I'll be streaming this again in 2 weeks, which will be, what will that be? Is that going to be in February? Man, January is both the longest and shortest month ever. So yeah, my next stream of Silent Hill 4 will be Wednesday, February 4th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Might want to check if my doors are locked after. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Kurt Boy Bebop. I'll be streaming Silent Hill 4 in 2 weeks on February 4th at 7 p.m. Eastern. The VODs of... Oh, thank you. Walter Sullivan just said I'm safe. We're good. Okay. The VODs of all these playthroughs are on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/idorty451, where I also have my Silent Hill 2 playthrough and the music deep dive videos, my Staying on Theme series, where I dig into the different songs from Silent Hill 2. And I have started digging into the stuff from Silent Hill 4, but just again, like production process, those videos probably won't be up for a little while as I get other stuff sorted out. But you'll still be able to watch those segments in the playthrough itself. Besides that, if you're interested in any of the other stuff I do, I'm a musician, I'm a writer, I have a personal website that Moobot's been putting in the chat, ian-doherty.com. I'm iDoherty451, iDoherty451 on most social media, Blue Sky, I mentioned YouTube, Instagram, on Facebook, I'm Ian Doherty Music. On Bandcamp, I'm iandoherty.bandcamp.com. All of these links are on my website, ian-doherty.com, so it's probably easiest to just go there and find links to everything from there. I also have a Patreon, patreon.com/Ian Doherty, where I collect a lot of all the stuff that I'm doing and post about it there, whether it's these playthroughs, the Staying on Theme videos, or currently for members, I'm uploading unfinished paintings, like early versions of songs or unfinished songs, as a way to like kind of get some of that music out there, even though it's not officially polished or anything. And also, as happened most recently, early listens to like finished work that I'm putting out. This past Monday, I actually put out a single, although it is not your typical pop single or something. It is a spooky orchestral sea shanty called Song of the Sunken Dead that I wrote for my friend Dave's Underdark pirate game that he's running on his channel, twitch.tv/themdave. And I'm currently guesting in as a character from the Fallout universe. If any of that sounds like it makes absolutely no sense, Underdark mashed up with Fallout, spooky sea shanties, just check it out. I assure you it is a good time. Yeah. If you're interested in seeing any of my stuff, follow me on my website, ian-doherty.com. That's probably the easiest way. And thank you again for watching and interacting in chat. And I hope you all have a good night, especially you, Walter Sullivan. I hope you rest easy tonight. I wish I had a cooler sign off, but take care.